Great. Hello, everyone. Uh, my name is Mahmoud Hashemi. I'm representing Open Fabric, a Canadian company. It's always hard to be one of the last presentation. You've had a long day, and I'm sure many of you are waiting or can't wait to get to the next event, which is the Brokerage meeting. I promise to make it quick and not to keep you waiting for a long time. Our project is a metaverse-ready, cloud-native 5G core as a service. And as the name Metaverse was mentioned in Gaynor's presentation, basically, we are trying to jump on two opportunities. The first opportunity is 5G, specifically private 5G. We are seeing the more and more companies jumping private 5G networks, and some of them are actually using it as their primary technology for mission critical applications. So this is one of the opportunities we are trying to basically benefit from. And this has been made available because of the open source initiative, the disaggregation of 5G, and also features in 5G that makes it very practical to be used in an industrial environment, specifically the ultra reliable low latency slicing that's being provided by 5G, or the edge computing features of 5G make it very feasible to be used in the industrial environment. So this is one of the core of this project, providing an end-to-end platform for private 5G networking. And in terms of application, one of the application that can use this high bandwidth, high capacity, low latency, and ultra reliability of 5G is Metaverse, as was mentioned in a couple of presentation before me. In terms of use cases, we have many use cases of this Metaverse in education, in gaming, in manufacturing, in retail commerce, or even in banking environment. And when I say Metaverse, I mean any application which is using AR, VR, mixed reality, or a combination of all these. And we have seen, all of us, some or many of these applications being basically becoming a reality. And for representing the volumetric data of the metaverse in this project, we are trying to use a point cloud, one of the new technologies that represent an object instead of a mesh that were usually used for 3D objects. In this project, we are using a point cloud. Basically, it's a large number of points that's representing an object, and we are each with different attributes. The main challenges we are trying to tackle in this project, technological challenges, one of them is actually building this platform and this end-to-end 5G platform. And the objective in this project is to use open source technologies, basically from the O-RAN, the radio, up to the 5G core. All the components are basically built on open source applications, and making these open source end-to-end technologies to work together is the first challenge. And then making it a low latency in order to be able to meet the requirements of Metaverse, which is a very low latency of somewhere between 20 to 50 milliseconds, is the second challenge we have to solve. And then this network has some variations like any other radio network. Depending on where you are and what's happening, the condition of quality of service changes. And in order to keep the quality of experience of a user who is using the metaverse up to par, we have to do some prediction. And in this predictive technology that we are using to predict the quality of service of the network, we are looking at a hybrid terrestrial and non-terrestrial 5G network. In other words, we are looking at BTS station as well as satellite 5G communication and trying to predict this hybrid network quality of service. And once we predict the quality of service and we are predicting some degradation, we would inform the application and the various levels of our taking into account the quality of experience of the user. So we look at what the user is experiencing, and depending on that, do the optimum compression and streaming. And like any other application, security. But in this case, we need a distributed security across all the layers of our platform that are providing some services. Again, another challenge because, as you know, higher security means more computation, and more computation means more latency, something we cannot afford in our project. In terms of use cases, we have a banking use case which wants to provide or revolutionize user experience for banking in a metaverse environment. We have a teleoperated vehicle application where we want to improve safety for a driver who is driving a car remotely. And we also have an education use case. This education use case could be for employee onboarding, could be for on-the-job training, or could be an academic or any kind of university education that can use or benefit from this technology. And this is the outcome. We are implementing it in two phases. In the first phase, we would build the platform based on open source technologies, as I mentioned. We would provide our technologies, the QoS prediction, the network slicing, the edge computing, and the whole system would work. And in the second phase, in addition to optimizing the solution and the platform, we would make each component we would make it available as an independent solution in terms of X apps, R apps, or each component in this technology, in addition to the platform itself, can be monetized. That's again one of the other objectives we are trying to achieve in this project. So far, we have been able to have up to 8 companies and universities and research entities from 4 different countries. We have started our meeting and the project is trying to shape up, and we are trying or close to have a better idea about the each partner's contribution and how they fit to the overall project. But we think that we still can benefit from some additions to this consortium, namely on the cloud provider side. If there are some cloud providers who can join us and provide the platform and help us in optimizing and managing latency on the cloud side, we also can benefit from telcos to bring up their expertise as well as their technologies, again, to optimize the resource utilization. 5G experts can help in this project. And last but not least, any ORAN manufacturer and ORAN experts are a team that can actually help a lot in this project, and they are all welcome. As I mentioned, my name is Mahmoud Hashemi from Open Fabric. So far, Open Fabric is coordinating this consortium of 4 countries. We have had weekly meetings for the past 2 months now. And as I mentioned, the project is starting to take shape, but we welcome the expertise I just mentioned. These are my contacts, and I'm sure that Christiane will set up another consortium building meeting in the 20 or somewhere between 20 to 23rd of March. And I would be more than happy to answer your question now and then. Thanks a lot. And I hope I didn't go beyond the allocated time that was allocated for this project. Thank you all. And I'm really envy you that you are experiencing an in-person meeting, and I'm doing it like I have been doing for the past 3 years, doing it virtually and online. Thanks a lot, everyone.